What is going on, Libra? Welcome back to the channel, Elevated Spirits. It's Jazi, your favorite Cali reader. This is going to be your ancestor messages from your benevolent ancestors, okay? Remember that not all of our ancestors are here to help us or support us on our journey, okay? Help us moving forward, help us break these generational cycles that a lot of us signed up to break in this lifetime, okay? Not all of them are here for that, so we are connecting specifically in the ones that are, all right? So I'm going to start, as always, with the bottoms of your decks that I'm using for your reading today, and then dive further into the cards as we go, all right? So we have initiation, well-being, flag, not for you, 6 of Cups, okay? So what this feels like, Libra, is some of you are obviously going through an initiation. For some of you, this has to do with maybe a soulmate energy or something to do with your past. For others of you, this has to do with, this could also be, I should say, something from a previous lifetime, a past lifetime. Okay, some of you maybe have been doing work in the Akashic records, kind of like looking into that and discovering maybe who you were in a past lifetime, maybe some karma that you guys may be paying for in this lifetime. Okay. But for some of you, it feels like some of you are kind of like in this position right now of kind of like being presented things, people, situations that you know are not for your greatest benefit, even if it's someone that you already know. For some of you, this is like a past person, okay, that is coming back around, that is presenting themselves or kind of like showing up, kind of like, you know, wanting a new start or wanting to start over for some of you, things like that. But I feel like, you know, this person they're not right for you. I feel like, you know, some of you are feeling rejected at this time as well. And I feel like that's Spirit's way of kind of like letting you know that not everything that presents itself to you, not everything that shows up in your experience is for you, even if you feel like you want it. I feel like some of you deep down know that it's really not good. Okay. Even if it sounds good, even if it may feel good, I think it feels good to your lower nature, your ego, but it's really not for your highest and greatest path spiritually. Okay. So it feels like some of you are like clearing out. I'm hearing clearing out. So it's like clearing out old. Some of you may be decluttering, but it more feels like an energetic thing, like mentally, spiritually, within your body, within your auric field, clearing. Okay. But I feel like some of you too are clearing out old connections. Okay. Especially those ones that, you know, aren't really, you know, they're not working. They're not really helping you grow. They're not helping you elevate. They're not helping you be more abundant. They're maybe taking from you, holding you back in some type of way. It feels like you guys are clearing those things out. And because you're doing that, it feels like that is what's bringing in this sense of achievement, the sense of completion here. Okay. So we have 6, and then underneath that is the rainbow, which is 9, 6, 9. Okay. We ain't going there. We're not going there, Libra. 69, but it's giving me polar opposites. It's giving me the yin and yang energy. It's giving me like Cancer energy, right? That's what this 9 is here. And this card is a Cancer card. So wish being granted, good luck, you know, wealth manifesting. So some of you, there's something that's coming to fruition because of whatever it is that you guys have been, maybe, like I said, clearing out, focusing more on your well-being, more on your health, on your spiritual journey, maybe your alignment. It's like that's paying off for you. Okay. Some of you maybe, like I said, have been recently rejected from something or felt rejected by someone. Maybe there was a job or something you went for and you didn't get it. I feel like some of you are being reminded that it's because there's something better for you. It's not because you weren't worthy of having it. It's just, I feel like some of you were maybe shortchanging yourself when it came to whatever this is. And that was an initiation. Okay. To know that, you know, even if I'm feeling rejected by something that I knew I deserve to have, or I'm completely qualified for or skilled to have, doesn't mean that I'm unworthy of having something even better. For some of you, that is a part of an initiation, that you were rejected from that thing or by that thing, that person, on purpose. Okay. To remind you how loved you really are. All right. So starting your reading, what your ancestors would like you to focus on at this time is card number 33, Mother Mary, unconditional love. Okay. So for some of you, Libras, this is about, like I said, kind of like tapping into that unconditional love, knowing that, you know, kind of accepting that you're loved regardless, regardless of what you have, what you don't have, how much money you make, how much money you don't make, what maybe car you once drove and what you drive now, like whatever the circumstances is, this is that acceptance and knowing that regardless of anything, I am worthy just by breathing, just by being here, being present, being alive makes me worthy in itself alone, right? I feel like some of you are needing to, be reminded of that. So 33, some of you may be 33. That may be a life path number for you, which is a master number. You don't break that number down when it comes to life path. So we have the clarifying the unconditional love is 4 of Cups with the Queen of Cups. Okay, so like I said, this is also a rejection card. So like I said, some of you have recently maybe gotten rejected. Okay, that's also what this not for you card represents too, where it's like I feel like some of you are your ancestors are trying to remind you guys at this time, Libra, that rejection is always and always will be Spirit's protection and redirection. Okay, anything that you're being kind of like derailed from or feels like you're being kind of like, something's being taken from you, I feel like some of you just need to remember and remind yourself that it's only making room for something better and greater. And when you look at it from that perspective, it doesn't feel like a loss. Okay. Some of you, this is really only happening for you to really focus on yourself. I feel like some of you, maybe find yourself overgiving or overextending yourself to other connections or to other people who really don't deserve all the love you have to give. And instead, Spirit is wanting you to, redirect that energy and pour that cup of love all into yourself. Okay. To increase your own sense of unconditional love and worthiness. Okay. So let's clarify that. What's the 4 of Cups and the Queen of Cups? Why is it here for Libra? Okay. Interesting. This card also came out for, who did I just do before this? Was it Virgo? This card also came out for Virgo, but it was more towards the end of the reading. But same exact card, same position. So that's interesting. The Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, so clarifying this energy is the Knight of Cups in reverse. So it feels like some of you Libras are in this energy ready to give up. That's what this feels like. Some of you are ready to give up. You're maybe just kind of like feeling disappointed, maybe in love, feeling kind of like unworthy. But for some of you, it's happening in order to remind you that you're still loved regardless if you're being rejected, regardless if something you feel is taken from you or you were denied something. Okay, some of you, that's a part of your initiation here. Okay, is to remind you that I'm worthy regardless. You could leave. You can, I could be broke, in this moment, like meaning financially, in lack or seemingly so, but I'm still more than enough. I'm still worthy. I'm still deserving, right? Some of you, that's part of the initiation, is to remind yourself that regardless of material things, that you're still loved regardless. That's how loved you are, is that you're allowed to believe that you're you have lack, or that you're unworthy, or that you're not deserving, or that you're not powerful. You're allowed to believe all those things because that's how much Spirit loves you, is that you have that freedom to believe whatever it is that you want, whether it really serves you or not. You have that much freedom to believe whatever it is you choose to believe. That's how loved you are, right? So it feels like some of you are, really being asked to kind of like get in this energy of, loving on yourself, especially where others can't show up for you in that way. It's really just positioning you to be able to do it for yourself, to remind yourself that, they just don't have it. And that's okay. That's just meant for me to give more of that to myself, because I can do that, right? Anywhere that other people can't show up for us, it's just an opportunity for us to show up for ourselves in that way, and, max it out as much as you possibly can. So yeah, I feel like this is also about, kind of like allowing yourself to turn down things that, that won't grow, things that aren't gonna last, long term, anything that isn't gonna kind of like support your growth in the long run, whether it's financially speaking, whether it's, emotionally speaking, spiritually speaking, anything that is not going to benefit you going forward, or, for in the distance. This is like that energy of, releasing it and letting it go, knowing that, you can still love people from a distance, but if they're not for you, they're just simply not for you. And that's okay. You don't have to keep people around though. You can still love people unconditionally from a distance. So for some of you, you're kind of like, that could be what some of you are experiencing right now, is needing to reject people or turn certain opportunities down, because that ultimately, it serves you best by admitting that this isn't going to grow. This isn't going to yield long-term results. And that's okay. I can still love them from a distance though. They're just not for me and where I'm at on my journey. And that's okay. Right. So what they want you to, what your ancestors would like you to embrace and embody more of is forgiveness. Okay. So this forgiveness, it definitely feels like some of you could be getting let off the hook in a situation, kind of like dodging a bullet, so to speak. So some of you are being asked to kind of like embrace that and knowing that, you know, forgive yourself wherever you feel like you may have fallen short, or you may have stuck around too long, or took some type of treatment that you know you didn't deserve, whatever that is that some of you, for those of you that are feeling like that, feeling guilty about something, your ancestors want you to forgive yourself, but also forgive other people. So if this is someone that has done you wrong, or that just simply can't show up for you the way you need to, you know, you're being asked to kind of like let them off the hook and just realize that they're just not where I'm at. They're not who I thought they were. They're not what I need them to be for me. And that's, you know, it's just okay. Right. So clarifying that energy is the Princess of Swords. Okay. Some of you, this is some type of communication that's coming in, something you may be seeing, you know, whether it's online or, you know, kind of like not, whatever that is for you. You're being asked to kind of like let yourself off the hook in the situation, or like I said, forgive something that someone maybe is saying and not taking it personal. Okay. Realizing that if someone is saying something to you or, about you, you know, understand that it's really something that they are dealing with internally, that they're projecting outwards. Okay. So let's see, let's clarify. What is this Princess of Swords? Why is it here for, Libras? Some of you too, this is about seeing something or someone clearly. Okay. Tower. So the Princess of Swords clarified by the Tower. So this is something that, like I said, is, you know, maybe has fallen apart, and some of you may be beating yourself up about it, feeling guilty about it, feeling, you know, like it was my fault. Okay. Some of you, you're being asked though, your ancestors are letting you know that no, you are loved unconditionally. Actually, this fell apart on purpose. We divinely intervened on this because it wasn't for you. This is something that, like I said, rejection is spirit's protection. So I feel like for some of you, you may be looking from a 3D standpoint that and taking it personal, like I did this, or it's something, it's my fault. You know, it may look like that. You can point out all the reasons why. Well, no, it was because I said this and I did da. You have to understand that when you are divinely led, when you're in your truth, things like that happen, and it's happening for a divine purpose. Okay. This means that when the Tower comes, that means that something was bound to happen anyway. All the major arcanas in the tarot represent major events that are inevitable. Okay. Meaning they're going to happen one way or another. You can delay it. You can not want to look at it, pretend you don't see it, right? Ignore it. It's going to happen one way or another, especially when the Tower comes. That means that whatever you were building wasn't built on a solid foundation in the first place. So if this is especially talking about a connection, it's fallen apart because it's time. It was going to happen anyway. So you don't need to beat yourself up about it, or blame yourself, or shame yourself, and feel guilty or judge yourself about the situation. You're being asked to really forgive yourself, because I feel like some of you knew in advance, you knew this wasn't going to work, but some of you you weren't ready to give it up. You weren't ready to let it go. You weren't ready to admit to yourself that this really wasn't for me. But for some of you, it's happening like the way it's supposed to, because it's part of your initiation. You're being initiated to the next part of your journey, the next phase, the next maybe step, the next level up in your spiritual path. So this had to happen the way it did. So you don't need to blame yourself or feel guilty about it. It's playing out exactly as it needed to. Okay. So what your ancestors would like you to focus on for your highest and greatest benefit moving forward is, we have Virgo energy, card number 4, which is handcuffs. And then we also have person of air. So this could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. That could be of significance to you. Okay. And you're showing up in your own reading as well. So the great mentalist. So this could be someone that plays mind games, that's trying to trap you, that's trying to prey on you. For some of you, like I said, this is a person where some of you are being rejected by someone, not realizing that this person really was toxic. This is someone you needed to break free from anyway. Some of you maybe wasn't aware, or you maybe had an inkling, but really didn't know. And then, but when the shoe is flipped and they reject you, you feel kind of slighted, like, damn, like I knew they were toxic, but damn, they let me go. Like, and then we feel kind of like a way about it. Right. But I feel like some of you are being, you know, it's like it happened how it needed to. I feel like it happened in the easiest way. You know what I'm saying? For someone to remove the trash to take itself out, so to speak. That's what this feels like. It's like someone's taking, the trash is being taken out, is taking itself out. So it's alleviating you and freeing you from the need to turn someone down, to reject someone, even though it looks like some of you, you know, even if you're feeling rejected, it's like you were going to end up rejecting them anyway at some point. So it's like, it feels like, for those of you where this applies, it's like this person did it for you. They did it in advance. Maybe they couldn't get over on you like they thought they could. They thought they couldn't maybe take advantage of you like they thought they could. And so some of you are feeling like, damn, like they, like, I don't get rejected. I don't get turned down. Right. But it feels like for some of you, it feels multifaceted, that it happened not only because this person was calculated and probably, someone that was preying on you, someone you would, like I said, need to break free from later on anyway. But for others of you also, simultaneously, it was showing you where you need to forgive yourself in a situation, where you need to realize that I deserve love regardless. You know what I'm saying? I'm lovable regardless of what I look like, or regardless of what I'm going through, or what season of my life I'm currently in. I'm lovable regardless. So for some of you, it feels like a multi-faceted type of situation. Okay. So clarifying that is the Eight of Pentacles. So they're wanting you to focus on your work. Okay. What you're working on, whatever it is that you're growing. For some of you, you're so close to being, like at the max level of your business, or of your, whatever it is that you're completing, that you're currently like putting energy and time and effort into. It's like you're almost done with it. Like some type of goal, maybe being accomplished. Okay. Maybe graduating from something. And so for some of you, like I said, it's like the trash is taking itself out. So you're not blocked right before you get to your blessing. Okay. So for some of you, you're really being asked to forgive yourself and know that you're still right on track. You're still right where you need to be. You just need to refocus and keep moving forward. Keep working towards your goals. Keep working towards your path or your purpose, whatever that is for you. Okay. Just keep going because you're so fucking close. So let's clarify. What is the Eight of Pentacles? Rising here for Libra, please. Come through, Spirit. Hell yeah. Clarifying the Eight of Pentacles is the Nine of Pentacles. Like I said, Libra, okay, this is for progression. This is it's taking you closer and closer to where you need to go. So it's like, I feel like this is happening, for a reason, because otherwise it would have delayed your progress even more. So for some of you, you're being, like I said, you're being let off the hook in some type of way, whether you choose to see it like that or not. I feel like some of you need the clarity, the awareness to see that this is happening by divine intervention. This is happening exactly how it needed to. So I don't delay myself anymore, or I don't throw myself off or backtrack myself so much, backtrack my progress without even realizing it. Sometimes we do that and you don't know it till it's so far in. You're like, holy fuck, how did I even get here? Right? So it's like the Spirit is kind of like saving you in advance from having that happen. So like I said, it's like you guys are dodging a major fucking bullet by whatever this is, or whoever this is that some of you are feeling rejected by, or that, they're giving up on the connection, or some of you may be giving up on the connection. This is your indication to still let you know, regardless of how that's, resonating, that you're loved regardless. You are so loved. That's why this is playing out how it is. So just know that, declare that everything that's leaving my life is only making room for more. I am always taking care of. My needs are always provided for. Everything is always working out for my benefit, no matter how it feels. It's always benefiting me. It's always serving me for my highest and greatest good. And let that clear out that negative vibration that some of you are feeling about it. Okay. So advice from your ancestors, Libra. We have 45, card number 45 and 40. Time to go and co-create. Okay. So your ancestors, Libra, want you guys to realize that it's that, whatever this is, that's ending for some of you, feels like a closure of some sort, some type of, releasing a rejection of some kind, whether you're rejecting someone or you're feeling rejected by another. It's because it's happening, for one, by a divine purpose, right? But it's happening because more so, because you've learned everything that you were supposed to learn from this situation, from this connection. Okay. Like I said, it's like you guys are being really let off the hook in a sense. It's like your ancestors it feels like it's protecting y'all so heavy to where they're not letting you repeat a lesson at this point. It's like they're not allowing you to be hurt in a situation to maybe the degree you could have been had you stayed longer, or had this person stayed longer, if they didn't turn you down or didn't reject you or break up with you or whatever that is, right? Or, not give you the job or not pick you in some type of way. Okay. Because it's ultimately giving you the opportunity, helping you make the energy available for you to really work with your spirit team and your guides to really draw in or call in what it is that you really want, what it is that you really need, what is most in alignment for you at this time. So like, for example, if this is, let's say, a connection, okay, some of you are, like I said, feeling rejected by a person. This is ultimately freeing you up to call in a mate, a person that is truly for you, that has the capacity to love you properly, okay, that has the capacity to, support you in your healing journey, to grow with you, to evolve with you, okay. Someone that isn't gonna just, that isn't gonna try to play mind games with you or manipulate you. For some of you, this person is whoever it is that is rejecting you or making you feel rejected, right? Could be very manipulative. This person could definitely be one that plays mind games. And so for some of you, it's like you're being freed in some type of way from being hurt or, something even worse happening that you wouldn't necessarily be able to foresee in the future until it got closer to that situation. So some of you, it's like they're really doing you a favor here is what this really feels like. It's like some of you are really being done a whole freaking solid. Like if you can see hindsight on how it would have played out had you stayed longer or had you got picked for the role or, got chosen for the job or chosen in this relationship, it's like you would have been like, holy fuck, like I'm so grateful that I was rejected, because I would so rather be able to have that freedom to be able to create and call in what is really for me versus going through that whole cycle again or having to relearn again, but in a way more painful way. You see what I'm saying? So it really feels like some of you are really being done a good solid right now. Okay, you're really dodging a hellified bullet, like, to be completely honest with you. So it just feels like they really want you to focus on yourself at this time. Libra, really focus on your goals, focus on, the things that you're completing. For some of you, it's like this lasted longer, you stayed longer in whatever this is. It's like it could essentially kind of like some of you would end up losing maybe everything you've been working for. Okay. Some of you are so close to completing something that may have took you years to get to this point. And for some of you, by staying in whatever the situation is, would have like made you have to start over from square one. And knowing, like, some of us, depend on what it is, if we have to start completely over from, square one, it's like, I'm not fucking doing it. Like if you got to, let's say you started at square one and you got all the way to, let's say 90, right? And having to start back over versus just going that next 10 to get to 100, like, hell no, I'm not starting over. I might as well, I'm glad I got rejected so I could just finish my 10 other steps or whatever to the completion, right? Versus, having to start way back over from the very, very beginning, because this is how close y'all are. The 8 to the 9, y'all are, the next one is a 10. You see what I'm saying? So it's like y'all are so close to completing something, to accomplishing something, that it feels like this, whatever the situation is, would have totally derailed that, or totally, made you, like, kind of ruined your whole progress in some type of way, whatever that is. So for some of you, this is essentially a part of you're being initiated right now to really choose yourself, to really choose your progress at this time. Okay. And, to really, think on your feet is what I'm hearing. Think on your feet, especially with this King of Swords here, energy at the bottom, followed by the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Okay. So this is like it feels like someone just wants sex. Okay. They're just with you for the passion. Okay. For your creative energy.